Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Props of the Week. But before we get into this edition of Props of the Week, let's recap last week. Last week was UFC 324. We hit plus money, Walter Cortez Acosta to knock out Derek Lewis, and Sean O'Malley to get a decision over Yadon Song. They thought he was done. Nah, he still got some stuff left in him, Sean O'Malley. And Walter Cortez Acosta did exactly as we predicted, knocked Derek Lewis out, flawless victory, and the plus money hit. But 100% confident these next picks coming up for this video right here. And in this video, this edition is UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopes 2. So let's get into our props for this week's card. So got 4 props for the week. We got Elikana sub plus 165. Tafa has negative grappling. He's not even that good. He's a one-dimensional fighter. He's not even that good in that one dimension. Elikana is a well-rounded fighter, has far more upside, and should be able to stand him and sub him, or whether it be first or second. I think there's a very big grappling edge on the side of Elikana here. So sub plus 165 is one of the better props of the week. Next, we got Finney by KO or decision at plus 135. And this one, I really just want to get a prop on Finney. It's not really the best value. It's really like the same exact thing as picking a money line. But, just playing the Finney dog value right here at plus 135, KO or decision. So, plus 135, I think is a pretty good prop on that one. I like the fact that, again, how low Malcolm's takedown defense is. It's like 20%. And the fact that Malcolm has not been active, and that they're both very similar fighters. And Finney has been the one looking to test himself, been active, been winning, and been jumping around gyms, test himself and put himself in an uncomfortable position. Whenever a fighter's doing that, that's always a good sign. So I like Finney, and we like Finney a lot. KO decision at plus 135. It's nowhere near as good as the first prop, but I like that prop a lot. Next one, we got Ruffy decision at plus 250. Fiziev has not really been finished much, but that's why decision I like a lot. I don't really see Fiziev getting finished. I don't see Ruffy getting finished. I see both of these fighters really going to this distance. But I feel like Ruffy will be the busier fighter and will be the fighter more likely to mix it up. And also, I think he'll be the better fighter over the distance. Fiziev has a notable issue to fade in fights, and that's never a good thing in a close fight like this one on paper. So in a close fight and you're fading is not a good sign. Also, like the fact that Ruffy's been training with Volk, and Volkanovski is one of the greatest minds in MMA history. Like, he's very good at coming up with strategies to deal with this. So the fact that Ruffy has been with that team, I do like that, and particularly for this fight right here, that he is with this team. Dealing with a fighter that is a specialist in physique. So they are very good at dealing with, style. So they come up with good strategy to deal with a pretty much a one-dimensional striker in physique. So Ruffy decision at plus 250. I like that a lot. And last but maybe least, we got Volk Lopes KO at plus 140. So this is not for Volk to KO Lopes or Lopes to KO Volk. This is just KO general. So this really, I feel, covers the main chance that Lopes does pull off upset. Lopes, I don't think he's submitting Volk. I don't think he beat Volk by decision. If he does beat Volk, it's by knockout. In Volk, he's at this stage in his career, he is up there in age. He's not likely going to finish Lopes, but I mean, this is a rematch. And the last fight he did, he was tagging Lopes up at will. And there's a potential there. Like, he could bust him up and get a cut, like a TKO would be a cut. That still would count as a KO. He could be dealing too much damage. The ref not like what he's saying, and not really a flat out KO, but Volk, based on what he was doing his last fight, I could definitely see a finish on Volk's side. Is not as likely on Volkanovski's side. It's more so on Lopes' side. But again, this covers really like Lopes' main path to victory, which will be a KO knockout, somewhat upset here. But I do like Volkanovski a lot in this one. But again, this is like a cover type of play. This covers if Lopes does pull off the knockout. Or again, if Volk goes out there and flawless victory, that covers that as well. So if Volk goes out and just dominates and knocks him out, stops him, that's a KO. So it's pretty much covering Lopes' only path to victory, or his main path to victory, and it's covering Volkanovski's perfect path to victory. Like, Volkanovski just has a flawless performance and gets a stoppage via the TKO. So it covers both of that. So if Volkanovski gets a KO or TKO, it covers. If Lopes gets a KO, it covers. So this is general KO. The fight ends by KO, TKO at plus 140. So those are the props for the week. So how do you feel about those props, Pro Smoke?
Man, it's a plus money through and through for a great Perth card, man. I think it's a sleeper prop to say that Elikana is getting a submission. No one's talking about that, really. Some hang time there from taking Tafa's back would be incredible. And then you have Finney here at plus money. We got finishes through and through with very likely scenarios. We have Rufi, with all due respect, the Thai striking of Rafael Fiziev and the mention of slowing down is a huge reality here. So to get a prop on that, and going the whole distance is incredibly real there. I like how Fiziev could be calf slicing Rufi in the first round, feeling out, second round calf slicing, and in the third round, Fiziev slowing down, and Mauricio Rufi taking it. And then you can't go wrong with Volkan and Lopes. Either or to finish at plus 140. You said, right?
Yeah, plus 140.
Come on, I mean, they have all the tape, all the homework in the world to be able to see, this through now. Especially if Lopez wants to make a statement, he needs a finish here. There's no way he's going to decision in Perth with Volk. And Volk ain't stupid. He wants that big, fight. He wants legacy. He's gonna have to show out, man. Take this guy out, or everything would have been a fluke with that win over Diego Lopez.
Yeah, so those have been the props of the week for UFC 325 Volkanovski versus Lopes 2. I'm gonna run through them one more time. So Billy Alicana via sub at plus 165, Finney KO or decision at plus 135, Mauricio Rufi decision at plus 250, Volkanovski or Lopez by KO at plus 140. So the fight, Volkanovski versus Lopes 2 to end by KO plus 140. So whether Volkanovski gets the KO or Lopez gets the KO, the fight ends by KO or TKO. The prop hits at plus 140. So those have been the props of the week for UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopes 2. Featuring me, King of Crackdown, and as always, Pro Bets. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back with more videos. Peace.